Hello and welcome to today's video. If you're a fan of the Avatar movies, you know that the Na'vi are a fascinating and diverse species with a rich culture and history. Today, we'll be exploring the differences between two of the Na'vi clans, the Metkayina and the Omaticaya. These two clans have some striking differences, both in terms of their culture and their physiology. But before we get started, let's take a closer look at the world of Pandora and its unique ecosystem. Pandora is a lush, beautiful world filled with exotic plants and animals and is home to a variety of intelligent species, including the Na'vi. The Na'vi are a humanoid species native to Pandora and have a deep connection to the natural world around them. They are a highly spiritual people with a rich culture and tradition rooted in their connection to the land and the animals that inhabit it. One of the most iconic and awe-inspiring features of Pandora is the Hallelujah Mountains, also known as the Aram Aluzing or Floating Mountains. These mountains are a sight to behold, with sheer cliffs, overgrown foliage, and straggly vines hanging down like roots of air ferns. The Hallelujah Mountains are unique in that they float in the magnetic currents like icebergs at sea, slowly circulating and sometimes even scraping against each other and the towering mesa-like mountains of the region. The source of their buoyancy is unobtainium, a rare mineral that becomes suspended in the air due to the Meissner effect. Waterfalls originating from the mesa-like tops of the Hallelujah Mountains stream down the sides and disperse into spray at the bottoms, creating an otherworldly sight like upside-down geysers. The mist then condenses on other floating mountains and flows over the side, renewing the process. The local peaks and mesas actually project above the level of the craggy undersides of the floating mountains, so collisions are inevitable. When the Hallelujah Mountains are in clear sunlight, they cast distinct shadows on the land below, adding to their majesty and beauty. Now, let's get back to the two clans we'll be focusing on today, the Metkayina and the Omaticaya. The Metkayina are a clan of sea-dwelling Na'vi who live in a village called Awa'atlu, located on one of the islands in the tropical ocean of Pandora. This village is situated on the shores of the ocean, in coral reefs, and is surrounded by shallow water. The nature of this marine region has adapted to allow the Metkayina to live both in the air and in the depths of the water. The village is built on a foundation of rocks and roots protruding from the shallow water near the shore and consists of individual houses called mauri as well as other useful structures. But the Metkayina connection to the sea doesn't end there. Near the village of Awa'atlu are the seawall terraces, natural breakwaters that protect the village from rough waves and serve as fisheries where fish are raised. The seawall terraces are a vital part of the Metkayina's way of life, as they rely on the sea for their livelihood and cultural traditions. The Metkayina are a peaceful and spiritual clan with a deep respect for the natural world and the creatures that inhabit it. In fact, their connection to the ocean is so strong that they have developed a unique language and set of customs and traditions centered around the sea. One of the most sacred places for the Metkayina is the spirit tree, hidden underwater in the Cove of the Ancestors. This tree, the marine equivalent of the Tree of Souls, is connected to the seabed by a dense network of roots containing neural connections, making it one of the most important points in Pandora's neural network. For the Na'vi, this is associated with the strong presence of Iwa. The tree also provides oxygen for prolonged sessions underwater. It is considered to be a portal to the spiritual world and is a central part of the Metkayina's rituals and ceremonies. The Metkayina have a tradition of hunting for food using spears and also engage in spiritual rituals and ceremonies that involve the ocean. These rituals are conducted in the spirit tree, which is considered to be a portal to the spiritual world. Now let's talk about the Omaticaya. These are a clan of land-dwelling Na'vi who live in the Hallelujah Mountains of Pandora. The Omaticaya are a fiercely independent and protective clan with a strong warrior culture and a deep connection to the forest. They are known for their skill in archery and their use of bamboo-like arrows, which are made from the naturally occurring materials in the forest. the Omaticaya have a strong sense of community and place great importance on family and relationships. They also have a deep respect for the natural world and the animals that inhabit it, and they believe in the interconnectedness of all living things. The Omaticaya have a tradition of hunting for food, using bows and arrows, and they also engage in spiritual rituals and ceremonies that involve the forest. One of the main cultural differences between the Metkayina and the Omaticaya is their relationship with the environment. The Metkayina have a deep spiritual connection to the ocean and the creatures that live there, and they rely on the sea for their livelihood and for their cultural traditions. In contrast, the Omaticaya have a more practical relationship with the land and its resources, using them for hunting and for sustenance. This difference in their relationship with the environment is reflected in the way they live and in the way they view the world around them. Another significant cultural difference between the Metkayina and the Omaticaya is their social structure. The Metkayina have a more egalitarian society with a strong emphasis on community and cooperation. In contrast, the Omaticaya have a more hierarchical society with a clear division of labor and a strong warrior tradition. This difference in social structure is reflected in the way these clans make decisions and in the roles that different members of the clan play. Now, let's talk about the physiological differences between the Metkayina and the Omaticaya. As mentioned before, the Metkayina have unique adaptations that allow them to breathe underwater, such as gills and webbed fingers and toes. These adaptations allow them to thrive in the aquatic environment of the eastern Sea of Pandora and to live and hunt underwater. In fact, the Metkayina are so well adapted to life in the water that they are able to swim and dive with ease, and they can even communicate with the sea creatures using their own unique language. In contrast, the Omaticaya do not have these aquatic adaptations and are primarily adapted for life on land. However, they do have strong, agile bodies and excellent eyesight, which allows them to be skilled hunters. They also have a keen sense of smell and hearing, which helps them track their prey and navigate the dense forests of Pandora. In conclusion, the Metkayina and the Omaticaya are two distinct clans of Na'vi with significant cultural and physiological differences. The Metkayina are a peaceful, spiritual clan with a strong connection to the ocean, while the Omaticaya are a fiercely independent warrior clan with a strong connection to the land. The Metkayina have unique adaptations that allow them to breathe underwater, while the Omaticaya are adapted for life on land. These differences shape the way these clans live and interact with their environment and give them their unique identities within the world of Pandora. So there you have it, a brief overview of the differences between the Metkayina and the Omaticaya, two of the most interesting and unique clans of the Na'vi people. We hope you enjoyed learning about these fascinating cultures and the unique ways they have adapted to their respective environments. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe and tune in for more videos on the amazing world of Pandora and the incredible creatures that call it home. Thanks for watching.